Welcome to Pimpy's Investment Chat, where we keep investment talk simple. And here's your host, Pimpy.
What is going on out there, peeps? Okay, so I was chatting away with listeners, and a person came out and said, why do you pick on the other gurus? I said, who picks on them? I don't pick on them. And I said, well, I mean, not really. I mean, I do, but it's not really picking on them like the way you mean it. There's some disconnect between what I'm doing and what you guys think I'm doing. So let me see if I can straighten this out for you. But before we get into it, before we get started, do me a favor, hit the thumbs up button. If you're not a subscriber, please do so, because when you do, it helps out the channel, and I certainly do appreciate it. If you're thinking about buying gold and silver, head on over to our friends at Miles Franklin. The link will be down below in the description. When you make your purchase, make sure you use promo code Pimpy, P-I-M-P-Y, and they'll take care of you. If you have any additional questions, you can reach us over here at this phone number or over here at this particular email. For all orders over $10,000, reach out by email and we'll make sure that you get a great deal. So come on over to Miles Franklin and add to your precious metal inventory. So I said, look, I'm not picking on the gurus. I said, when I first started doing content creation, listeners would hear my videos and hear other content creator videos and say to me, hey, we're confused. Can you straighten this out? No problem. Let me see what you guys are talking about. Like I said before, if it's just one person asking me, I'll just respond in the chat. Two people, I'll respond in the chat. But if there's a multitude of people, then it's better for me just to make a video and respond. In the beginning, I didn't name anybody's name. I would just say, hey, this is the subject. This is what is being told. Here's my opinion. And then I would back it up with the receipts, facts, websites, studies, documentation, whatever it took to show my side. The hopes are that word would get to the content creator and they would make a correction on the boo-boo that they made, so to speak. Other content creators started taking it personally without me mentioning any names, and then they would talk crap, which, I mean, I got thick skin, I could care less. But then they would continue to move forward, lying, doing whatever it takes to pump their listeners full of hopium. And it'd come right back to me. After a while, I didn't have to name names. I would just include them in a video and say, this is wrong. And then again, I would show the receipts. Look, I have no problem with people responding to what I'm saying and saying, nope, you're wrong, and let me show you why. Maybe I am. If you could show me in a video where I'm wrong, then by all means, do so. I don't have a problem with being wrong and coming back to my listeners and saying, oops, I make a boo-boo. But you cannot get them to admit shit ever. Not ever. So as I was saying earlier, I think you're taking this all wrong. See, here's the way I really approach this. This is a learning lesson, is what it is. If they didn't do what they did and you guys didn't get confused, it wouldn't allow me to address certain subjects that come up all the time in the dinar community, okay? They come up all the time. So I figure it's a learning opportunity. So I'll respond to something that they say in their video in hopes that it will enlighten you so that in the future you already have the knowledge necessary to decide whether or not they're full of crap, okay? At the end of every year, they always say the same crap, right? What do they say? Oh, the exchange rate is coming. Or, yeah, okay, we heard that before. Or it's going to be at the beginning of the new year. Yeah, we heard that before. Or it's going to be in the new budget. Have we heard that a million times? But all they do is continue to kick the can down the line. The other day I did a video responding to Melody's new dinar insider. Somebody said, hey, there's this insider that's in the know. I said, really? And I wanted to listen to it. Then I was like, oh, good Lord, man. I knew that voice sounded familiar. That is not a person that is in the know. Every March, he says the rate is going to change. I went back to a video 3 years ago where he said the same thing, same exact thing. So I go, yeah, that's where this so-called special intel person's coming from. I know who this person is, and they say the same crap all the time. Hell, I thought that guy dropped off the map. I haven't heard from him in a long time, but not that I'm out there looking for him. So after a while, that was my approach. Look, if they're going to talk about the deletion of the zeros, hey, this is an opportunity to explain to you guys in detail. People are under the impression, thanks to a lot of these content creators, that there could be just a wand pulled out of your butt and sprinkle some unicorn pixie dust over whatever the hell we're talking about and proof it's done. They have no ideas about the intricacies and the parts that move, all of the things that play a part in increasing or decreasing a currency's exchange rate. It's obvious as hell when you see them talk. Okay, it's obvious. You would think or you would assume that they know what they're talking about and can explain it. But even if they didn't, look, that's okay. But don't go on there and make false claims that you know this is going to happen because it has to be in the budget, or they can't do no projects at a rate of 1310. It's just no way it's going to happen, even though it's been happening for 20 years. They can't get on the World Trade Organization with this current exchange rate. They can't have a program rate. Actually, it's the opposite. They have to have a program rate in order to be in the World Trade Organization. It's like, really? Come on, guys. But if you had us all on stage and you asked us the same questions, I guarantee they can't answer them for crap. How's the inflation affect the exchange rate? Does Iraq have sanctions against their currency? How do they get back on the Forex exchange? And I've heard that as well, that they can't get on the Forex with an exchange rate of 1,320. People forget that there's another country out there that's in the World Trade Organization that has a currency that is way less valuable than Iraqi dinars. And that's the Vietnam dong. They have no restrictions. They're in the World Trade Organization. It's like, come on, man. Seriously? So you can't go around going, oh, that's impossible. It's impossible. It's not impossible. As far as the current exchange rate of 1,310 dinars, all the numbers were already set in the budget for these projects. That's why I think it's funny is like you can't do projects like that with this exchange rate. Why can't you? Says who? Explain to me why it is they can't do it at this exchange rate. And then ask them to explain to you how it was they've been doing projects like that for the past 20 years with the low currency exchange rate. Can they explain that? No, they can't. The deletion of the zeros is not off the exchange rate. So far, out of all of them, I'm the only one that showed you guys in writing. These gurus have a habit of comparing Iraq to Kuwait. I know, in the beginning, I fell for that myself. I'm not picking on them. Well, that's not true, because Militia Man makes it kind of easy. Sorry. It's more like teasing. How about that? Teasing, not picking on them. I like teasing them. I like giving them crap. That's all it is. I mean, come on, man. Like I said, they make it easy. To listen to any of them go out there and go, we do the real deep dive is freaking hilarious. Not only do they not do a deep dive, they don't even do a shallow dive. All they do is put their toe in the water is what they do. Look, to each their own. It's their own channels. They can say or do whatever they want. That's their business. They're more concerned about losing subscribers and views than they are telling you guys the truth. Because they're afraid you'll get pissed at them. And rightfully so. They've been blowing bullshit up your guys' ass for so long that the truth does hurt them. It does. It absolutely affects them. But when one of these people screw up, which is Militia Man religiously, okay? And then people ask me to straighten things out because they're confused, then I'm going to straighten them out. And yes, I do tease Militia Man a lot. It's hard not to. I mean, the way the guy talks is just, holy crap, man. I don't know how you guys get anything out of it. You know, somebody took me through the tour of his Patreon group with all his so-called data. I'm like, all these are a bunch of articles or older articles, some newer, where's the data stuff? So the person that gave me a tour, I said, so that's it? That's the database? Yeah, I go, I have a much bigger and better database that's free. There it is right there. There's nothing in the Patreon group that you can't find out here. There are just articles you can find anywhere, okay? So why pay for something you could get for free? Stop being lazy. Come look it up yourself. Seriously. Most people are like, I don't know how to look something up, Pimpy. If that's the case, then ask me. I'll be more than happy to explain it to you. I don't have to lie about having some Intel guy. I don't have to lie about having some NDA. I don't have to lie about back screens or people calling from the bank or anything like that. Don't need to do that. Not at all. Because like I said, we're all trying to reach the same goal. The same destination is what we're trying to do. We just got to make sure we're all pedaling in the same direction, okay? So one other thing that you guys might be interested in. So I found a website. You guys can call in for free and ask questions. And, we can record the session as it goes along. This way then people can talk directly to me. Let me know what you guys think, all right? Anyways, that's it for now. I'll catch you guys later. I'm out.